Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is my late review for Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 6, Episode 5, and whatnot. Let's get on into it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and all that goodness and stuff. Do not forget to like this video, like the video, always, either on your way in or on your way out and whatnot. Do not forget to also comment in the comment section, to hit the share button to share my video on your social media because you love me. Let other people love me too and whatnot. Okay. Do not forget to relax, to relate, to release, to center yourself and everyone around you. And always do not forget to inhale and to exhale because it helps you stay calm, cool, and collected and whatnot. Okay, you can always follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner. Okay, Cash up there too. If you want to, please feel free to. Don't have to, but guess what? It's there. Okay, you get free entertainment. Okay, you can send me $1. Just joking, not really, but kind of. Anyway, y'all know, like, subscribe. Hit the little bell too to let you know when I have new videos up. But let's move on to this episode. Okay, I feel like the show was getting boring because they keep talking about the exact same thing. It's like it's two different groups. It's like people talking to TT and people who talking to Egypt and them who talk about TT and them. I'm like, I'm tired of the back and forth of it, or whatever. But we do see TT, Vanessa, Cree, who was Luke's daughter, and then Denise, who was JoJo's wife, meeting up at TT house because TT getting married. Okay, and Cree, who again is Uncle Luke's daughter, is a wedding planner, event planner, planning all the events. She's an event coordinator, or whatever. And so they want her to plan the wedding in Jamaica. And she's showing all kind of little locations or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Look, weddings are hard. You want a wedding planner, okay? Because you want someone who knows the ins and outs of what you're supposed to do and whatnot. Now, when they bring up how little Twist was at the little event or whatever, up there smoking weed, dipping and dapping ass on the floor, dressed in pajamas or whatever, Chi was like, you know what? If he shows my wedding in pajamas, I would not even think about it because that's just who he is or whatever. Where Cree feel like you should not come to somebody's event on some bullshit. Either come matching what's supposed to be matched or don't come at all or whatever. But again, I'm like, Twist a little asshole when he was rude as hell last week. I would not want that in my event. Even if I know that you smoke weed, even if I know that you always in pajamas, don't come to my shit like that. Okay, have some respect, but I'm gonna leave that be. Now when Denise asked Egypt asked TT if Egypt is invited to the wedding, she was like, right now, no. Because I'm saying, look, I'm not trying to have that bush going on or whatever. I want to keep space between me and them because it's too much BS going on. I don't know why people want her to invite Egypt. Yes, they are family, but right now, look, family sometimes ain't forever. Sometimes you have to love family from afar. I love you, no less, homie, but I love you from over there. Don't come into my space and whatnot, okay? So we then see Egypt. Egypt has shaved her head. Honey, we see her in the middle. She is at her little studio, whatever. She says she wanted to let everyone know that she's not a kid no more because she's a woman. And so she shaved her head. But she then said that Sam picked a haircut for her and told her because her bone structure is perfect for short hair. Now, while that is true, I would have preferred if she would have been the one to make the decision to cut her hair and pick that style. Stop doing shit for that man because sometimes this is what you can get. Okay? Egypt is a gorgeous girl. We cannot take that from her. But I feel like with Sam, this is how she looks. Okay? This is weird and awkward. Just like, I don't know. Like, where's Waldo? I don't know Egypt. Where is Waldo? Where's Waldo? He's right there with you. Okay. So anyway, Savannah comes to visit us at the studio. No one cares about Sam singing songs and being in there making music. No one on this show or who watches this show, not many of us support Sam. Not because he don't matter in life, because in life we all matter one way or the other. However, we don't like him. So me personally, I wish that man well, but I give no fucks about what he's doing at all. I don't care if he's out there baking cookies, selling dick, making music. I don't care not one way. So showing him in the studio was a waste of my time. Okay, I reclaim my time. Anyway, they sitting up in there chit chatting or whatever, and Savannah tells Egypt how Cree is Uncle Luke's daughter, whatever. She's around or whatever. She's planning the events, whatever. She planned the events for JoJo and his wife's anniversary, which we know Egypt was invited to. Well, I didn't get an invitation. I am always just not being invited because you married to Satan. Not married to, but you dating Satan. Okay, Satan is that weird man behind you, looking high. Okay, but I'm gonna leave that be. So Savannah then tells Egypt that, Cree and JoJo want to team up to do a showcase for artists with his management label and who she works with within Slip Lab. And that they wanted her to come and do a song. What? Did JoJo ask you to ask me to do this? And Savannah said, well, yeah, he asked me to ask you. I'm like, first of all, you're lying. JoJo was asking Cree to talk to Egypt because Cree was who else he was working with. Savannah then volunteered to go and talk to Egypt her damn self. So I'm like, technically, that was a lie. Okay, you have inserted yourself in the bush that's going on, and that's on you and whatnot. Okay, so Egypt then said, well, I don't know because JoJo caused a fight between him and Sam. I'm like, JoJo didn't start that fight, yo, crazy ass. Your crazy Sam did that. I don't know what's called Sam. Anyway, but she then said, I'm going to talk to Sam to see what he thinks or whatever on doing it. Well, actually, Sam isn't invited. She's like, oh no. If he can't come, I'm not, fuck that. If you don't fuck with us, we don't fuck with you. And I can respect her for saying that because I get you don't want to go anywhere that your mate isn't welcome. But I'll say this too. You can't let that man hold you back. Okay, sometimes you have to recognize he may not be able to come because he's the person who people, they don't really like him. And you have to sometimes you have to separate business from personal. And even though you feel like, well, he does so much for me. He does all of this for me. I get that, but sometimes put him to Tina. Make Ike sit over there. Ike, go sit down. Okay, let that be that. Anyway, but again, she don't know what she wants to do. Now, when Sam come out or whatever, what's going on? I don't know what you want us to do. When Egypt then said, people don't get that me and him, she with a full face of this, she said, me and him are a real life Beyonce and Jay-Z status. Okay, we are Beyonce and Jay-Z. I said, Beyonce, bitch, you lied. Okay, what? And so I was like, Beyonce, I don't, Jay-Z. And she said, Sam is a mogul in the making. Look, I'm not saying that in 15 years that man cannot be the president of No Name Records. I don't know that man. Okay, leave that be. But I'm like, not Beyonce. We're not gonna do that or whatever. And I'm like, girl, need to be. So Sam being say how JoJo was a nobody. Does anyone even know his label? What has he done? Like what, he hasn't done. I'm like, you questioning JoJo as if we still don't know JoJo of trying to be in the music biz one way or the other. Now later on, JoJo did say how he hasn't done enough with his management company, but he's trying to do that now. But I'm gonna leave that be. But Sam, like, I'm making regardless. You may make it somewhere. Because if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you have to wake up and pay attention, but pay attention to you being the asshole who no one likes. The reason you and Egypt are not far enough where y'all could be as of right now is because you are too much of an asshole for anyone to want to work for you. But I'm going to leave that be too. Now, Egypt then Savannah then brings up how she also met TT. Now, TT wedding is going to be in Jamaica. I'm like, Savannah, okay, she's the bone collector. They're going to use Savannah to bring information between the two parties. But I'm going to leave that be. Egypt, well, that's funny. Her wedding's in Jamaica. She loved doing it. She did me wrong. She hurt me. She tried to make people see me as a little girl with a man who not shit. I'm like, but you were a little girl. You are a little girl with a man who ain't shit. You cutting your hair and fucking him now regularly in my house does not make you a grown woman. Egypt is still a child trying to play adult. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Anyway, she then said, I know stuff about teaching that she would not want People said no. I kept it to myself. I kept it a secret. I would not talk to anyone about it. But my auntie said it, so I'm gonna say it too. TT's fiance, boyfriend, whatever, was cheating with multiple women in Jamaica. I'm like, not multiple women in Jamaica. Oh Lord Jesus! And Savannah looked. She was like, no, I don't want to hear. I'm like, but you heard it or whatever. Anyway, I like that she said like that's not my business. Like that's not my business, whatever. But I'm gonna make sure to get the word back to TT. If it ain't your business, Savannah, why you gonna be messy and spread it around to other people? And when Sam then said, "Well, we sitting around here wasting our time talking about TT, who is nobody except Egypt's cousin," I'm like, Sam, you ain't nobody except Egypt and Pep's dependent. We don't know you. We don't like you. Are no. You are less of a nobody than TT. You not even married to Egypt, girl. Stand up. Go sit down. Okay. Anyway, Boogie and Brianna. This was stupid on both ends. Boogie is not upset. Boogie feel like, what I'm saying, Brianna be on some bullshit sometimes, and he thinks he been drinking too much, so he wants to pull up on her and chit chat and whatnot. Okay, he brings up how being sober for me is a great thing or whatever, and she helped me get sober, so I want to help her too because I see she's been drinking a lot, and sometimes she acts out when she's drunk. So I just want to get my friend help the same way my friend got me help or whatever. So you FaceTime her from downstairs. Okay, now clearly he did not pull up and she had no idea he wasn't coming because, again, production was fully set up in her apartment. So she knew he was coming. This was not a random pop-up. But don't pop up to my house. If you pop up to my house, you might get popped, okay? Or see something you're not supposed to see. Anyway, so when he calls to hey, I'm down here, like you come downstairs, she's like, well, no, I'm doing something. No, I'm cooking. But she wasn't cooking. I mean, she may have taken things out of the refrigerator to cook later, but the stove wasn't on. You're not cooking. You sitting there drinking some wine or whatever. He said, well, let me call you back. But before he said that, she said, come upstairs. We can talk upstairs. I'm having some wine. Do you want some wine too? He was like, no. Remember, he's sober, so you can't ask a recovering addict, do they want substances, whether that's alcohol or weed or whatever it may be. You're not supposed to offer them shit. So now he's aggravated because she offered him wine. She up there drinking wine, and why would you want to do that in my face when I am a recovering addict? You should not do that as my friend. So he's pissed outside because like this is what I did not want to happen. So he calls her back and said, hi, Yimson, look, I'm a little bit aggravated now, so I'm going to leave. I'll talk to you later. So she gets pissed, thinking he's upset because she won't come downstairs. Well, no, he's upset because you offered him wine when he's a recovering alcoholic, drug addict or whatever, and he feels as if you on bullshit. I don't think he thought she was drunk, but I do think he thought she'd been drinking. So who knows what mood she's in, because when she's been drinking, she's always in a mood or whatever. And so when he said, well, no, I'm not mad because of that. But at this point, she's pissed and she's pissed off, whatever. She comes downstairs. You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You're selfish. You've never done anything for me. You're a big bitch, baby. You know what I'm saying? You're a bitch. I'm like, oh, he's a lot of bitches. She brings up how, you haven't done shit in life, but you feel important. Your resume doesn't have enough to get the respect you think you deserve. And I was like, I feel like she don't understand that she's literally Mary J. Blige's ex-husband's daughter. That's who we met her as. What is your resume? It's weird to me when someone reads someone who's in the same room as them. Y'all are both in a room of being children of people. Brianna, you are not even a child of, hip hop. Your father married someone. Neither one of them dealt with you. And you was on the show because you were, I don't know why. But again, you can't read him by not doing shit. What have you done? He at least is the spawn of crazy ass Dame Dash. He's at least attempted to do things over the seasons. We haven't seen you do shit. You haven't even attempted to do shit besides drink and fuss and fight. So I feel like you can't read someone by saying they haven't done anything. Well, neither have you. The point of the show was because these were children of hip hop moguls. Dame Dash, as crazy as he is a mogul. Period. Brianna, we don't like your daddy at all. And you have no connection to Mary J. Blige. So you need to not talk about yourself in that way, okay? You were talking to yourself and that I'm gonna leave that be. But she walked away, called him a bitch baby or whatever. And he like, this is the exact thing I was trying to avoid. Her flipping out because she's, for whatever reason. But she just crazy. You haven't you're not allowed to have the same niceties that I'm like, girl, go back up to your apartment. Do that. Anyway, that whole thing was crazy to me. We see TT and Shawn go to counseling. Their baby is adorable. He is adorable. Okay? He looks like TT. Just the complexion of the dude. But he's adorable. And I feel like, look, TT and Shawn, TT trusts that man, but she still feels like I can't trust him because what if the other shoe drops and I don't know how to feel. Shawn is still working back and forth in Jamaica. So again, he's gone sometimes or whatever. And she's like, I don't know how could you cheat on me, whatever. So again, they are having this conversation in secret, meaning she's saying things to him that mean something different, but she don't want to say it out loud. But I'm like, girl, people get cheated on and move past it. You move past it, so you need to not admit to it, but not let that hold you back. If y'all need to address, you do not want him being over there in Jamaica fucking people, then say that. Okay, then say that. But to kind of want to tiptoeing in my Jordans around the point was aggravating to me. Now the doctor asked them both, like, why do y'all want to get married? Shawn said, well, because I was a loner before meeting her, like I was just to myself, and when I met her, that changed. And we then had our child, our son, and I can't see my life without her. And so that's why I wanted to get married. And she said, I just found a partner who I want to be with every day. And I can, it makes me happy to know that I do not have to hide who I am with him. So I think her answer was better than his. But again, she cried because she's emotional. And she brings about things that have been really, really rough for them. And so in the beginning, it was really rough in the beginning. And, she's at a point now to where she trusts him and she's having to stand in that trust. And it's hope the other shoe don't drop. Okay. Because before, when a shoe dropped, she didn't know it was shoe dropping. And it fell, it hit her in the head, and then she was hurt. Okay. Anyway, so they were just talking in circles a little bit. But when the doctor asked them, what do you think? What do you think a good marriage consists of or whatever, and good communication, respect or whatever, and knowing who the other person is the key component to a good marriage or whatever. She brings up how with her, like with family sometimes if things get too rough, she would just say, fuck that. Okay, I can't, I'm gonna block myself off, leave me be, leave me alone, because something that is too much for her to deal with. It drains her energy. So I'm done. And he like, I don't want her to be that way, because she does not want to be that way in their marriage. And he like, I don't want her to be that way in life. Like, I don't want her to cut off her family. I would rather that she would discuss it and deal with it or whatever and move past it versus ignoring it, but still having feelings about it. But again, they're having two separate coded conversations, and they both seem to be aggravated. So I'm like, it was a pointless thing because again, y'all not addressing the real monkey in the room, what is a cheeky one. Okay, leave it be and whatnot. Now we then see the last scene of JoJo and Eric and Eric, JoJo, Cree, Savannah, and Lil Steve J show up too. So they want to have a showcase in Vegas. So Eric, who lives in Vegas, they're at his weed store. He's gonna find them a venue. And then when Savannah and Baby Stevie show up, they want to discuss the whole meeting with Egypt, how Egypt said that she does not want to do the show unless Sam can be a part of it or whatever. And Joe like, I didn't say that Sam couldn't come. I didn't say he cannot participate. Like, he can't perform at the show. He can come and sit in the corner or whatever and support her, but again, he can't be part of the show. But I'm like, Savannah told him with them, he cannot come. See, that's what happened when you don't listen to people's stuff. I'm gonna leave that be too. So Georgia like, look, I don't care about Sam. Like, I'm just trying to say how we are trying to help all of us. He's like, at the end of it, because she brought up how Sam said, how nobody ain't shit or whatever. And when Cree put up his Spotify stuff or whatever to see his streams, that he had like 34 monthly lists. I'm like, 34? 30? I have 23,000, some hundred, JayBirds. I'm like, how do you have 34 monthly listeners and you are on a nationally syndicated television show that people watch all the time? Now, the screenshot they show, he was at like 64. So he grew. He grew. That's fine. Anyway, so, but Joe, the point, like, none of us are out here, putting up numbers. Like, none of us are where we want to be. But I'm trying to get us all in a better place. The fact that JoJo can admit we ain't none of us doing shit musically. We all trying to get on, okay? So Sam Egypt need to stop acting as if they are like the like they're doing anything. That's as nice as I can put it. But I'm gonna leave that be. Now Savannah and Cree have a conversation outside to where Savannah tells Cree that Egypt told her that TT man was cheating on her with another woman in Jamaica, which made Cree like, well, that's bullshit. Like, why would she discuss that with you? Like, that's her family. Like, how would you, like, me and my father beat down, but I would never allow anyone to speak about him in my press. Like, how would you do, like, that's family. Like, you have to stick together. And I agree. And the fact that Savannah did not understand, like, that's some bullshit, to me means she childish too. Period. Because because Cree said if she's willing to, spread her cousin's business, what do you think she's gonna do with your business? Like, that's some bullshit. So they decide to tell Vanessa, who's closer to TT, so that Savannah not telling more people, which within the bear TT. I'm like, girl, it's messy. It's messy. Mainly because Egypt was spreading shit that she know for a fact happened, but she don't have to talk about it. It's weird. You're doing it to hurt TT in general when she and Shawn have already moved past it. So to bring it back up, it's really just to hurt her, not to help her. But I'm gonna leave that be. Because again, you can't say, well, we don't know if TT know because I haven't talked to TT. Well, your mama told you that TT told her. So TT know. So there's no reason for you to repeat it. Egypt on bullshit. Point blank period. Okay, so boom, pow, pow. Anyway, that was the whole show. I hope y'all enjoyed. I will talk to y'all later. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do not send your cooch via text. If you want it, he will come and get it. Gotta go. Peace.